Hey gang, it's Jay and Ian, and we got a little fire going out here, and we are gonna make some bread by the fire. It's a type of bread. It's called Bannock bread. It's kind of like a biscuit, kind of like a pancake, but not quite. You can use multiple ingredients: flour, sugar, baking powder, things like that. But what Ian and I have put together for you here is we have some all-purpose flour, or actually a Jiffy mix, you know, like you would use for making pancakes or rolls or drop biscuits, things like that. We also have some granulated sugar, some powdered sugar for putting on top, a little bit of brown sugar. We have some blackberries for adding some sweetness to it, and from a good friend of mine, Mr. B.A. Cash, we have some honey that will add help sweeten it a little bit. But for our binding agent, we're just going to use some good old milk. We're going to use a fry pan with a lid for helping bake it. And then we're going to put it all in the fire there. So Ian, do you think we're ready to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. So hold tight, everyone, and we'll get mixing everything. So one of the things that we're going to do here, gang, is first we need to mix up our Jiffy mix or flour. And we're going to use a little bit of milk for it. So we're going to pour that in just a little bit, and I'm going to hand it over to Ian for him to stir some. Ian, you want to come here and stir that for me?
Yeah.
So go ahead and kneel down and just, don't want to be in the way of that. So hold it and go ahead and stir. Stir all that milk in there, okay? Need a little bit more milk?
Before I hit my eye.
Okay, a little bit more milk. Go ahead and get that, break that stuff up there. Alright, as Ian's stirring that, we're going to add a little bit of sugar. And stir that in, buddy. Going to add a little bit of brown sugar. Oh yeah, that's looking good, isn't it? We're going to add some fresh fruit. I have some blackberries here that we're going to add. And so you guys make sure that you're careful with your knives as you're doing this. A little bit more. Add another one. Keep stirring, bud. You're doing a good job. All right. Stir that up real nice. How's that looking, Ian? Pretty good? Let's add just a little bit of honey to it. Keep going. Is it about the consistency of pancakes, would you say, or a little bit thicker?
A little bit thicker.
All right, that's good, though. All right, we're going to add a little bit of honey. There we go. Stir that up.
That's a lot of honey.
That's a lot of honey?
Mm-hmm.
Going to help with the sweetness. Here, let me take over for you, okay?
Ooh.
So stir that up real nice. You guys can get an idea of what we're dealing with here. So a little bit of flour still in there. We'll finish breaking that up. And something that you guys want to make sure when you're getting your cooking fire going, obviously you need to get a good sized fire going to begin with, but you don't want lots of flames for cooking. You want good red hot coals. As you can see in here, we're getting some good coals. You don't need a huge bed of coals, especially for something like this, but you do need something in there to help get everything going. And it's okay if you have a good sized fire going on the back side of it to get working. So we're going to go ahead and next thing we're going to do, get our pan, a little bit of oil in there, or Pam spray or olive oil, whatever you have. This way your mixture, your Bannock bread, doesn't get all stuck inside of it and end up being getting all toasty and crispy there. So we're going to go ahead and pour that in. Doesn't have to be perfect. One of the great things with doing it this way is it's not going to be perfect like you do it at home, but it's going to be delicious. So there's our mix. So once we get a nice red hot bed of coals there, we'll go ahead and start cooking. I actually have a little grill grate to go over top of it, and we'll make some bread. So as you can see, we have our grill grate over top. We have our bannock bread over the fire, and we're going to start baking it. So we're going to check on it here in a few. I think we have enough coals there. It certainly is a nice hot fire, and we'll check on it in a few minutes. So we'll check back. Alright, so it's been a few minutes. Let's go ahead and check on how things are doing. Ian, you want to hold this for me? Just hold it right on there, okay? Just hold it right there. I'm right on it, alright? You need to hold it on that. Alright, so we're looking pretty good so far. Might be a little burnt. Oh yeah, it's really burnt. Oh my. But you know what we're going to do here, gang? We're going to break that up a little bit. Let that other side brown up just a tad. Let's see here. How does the other side look? So let's do this. That's how we really want it to look, is like that, but that's alright. You know, it is what it is, but look at that on the inside, gang. You can see some of the blackberries in there, some of the juice. That looks good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of powdered sugar on there. Leave it right on there, bud. It'll maybe help with a little bit of the burnt taste, I suppose, right? There we go, gang. And Ian, you want to try a piece?
Mm-mm.
No? Well, gang, I'm going to go ahead and try a piece. I'm not going to let some good ingredients go to waste there. Here, let's cut that a little bit more of a piece. I'm still trying to get the hang of Bannock bread myself. And the timing is the timing of it is always the tough part there. So Ian, you want to... So gang, here's to a little bit of burnt bannock bread with sugar, honey, blackberries, and we'll see. It's actually pretty good, Ian. I think we did all right. Definitely better than my first attempt, and if we didn't get all that burnt, that would have been pretty good, right? That's why we learn how to cook over a fire, guys, is so that we don't make that little bit of mistake, but it's super doable. So that's it from me and Ian. Ian, what do you want to tell everybody?
Bye.
Everyone have a good night. Keep scouting. And we'll see you again real soon. Thanks.